So let me ask you this question. Who lies to you the most? Yeah, who do you allow in your life that is constantly lying to you? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's you. That's right. I know you don't want to hear it, but it's you. You're the biggest liar in your life. And you may say, what do you mean? Well, are you telling yourself that you're okay? Are you telling yourself that you're perfect? Are you telling yourself that the wisdom is within you? Are you telling yourself that you deserve to live your dreams? Or are you making excuses for your life? That's right. Are you making excuses to live your most fantastic life? Are you believing the lies that others have told you that you're not enough? You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not healthy enough. The truth is always within us. It's desiring to come out, but we keep repressing it. We keep burying it. The fact of the matter is that we have infinite possibilities ahead of us. Doesn't matter how old you are, where you live, what sex you are, what political party you are, what all that nonsense is just labels. And every time we label ourselves, we constrict ourselves. We put ourselves in a box, and when we put ourselves in a box, guess what? We're in a box. We can't get outside the box. The fact of the matter is that there should be no box. So I ask, what is the biggest lie that you've told yourself? The biggest lie that you've told yourself and that you believe that is holding you back. Holding you back from living a truly authentic and magnificent life. Because you deserve to be authentic. You deserve to be magnificent. That's how you were created. But we bought into the illusion that we're imperfect. We bought into the illusion that we have to fit in. I know, yeah, the lie was I wasn't exactly enough as I am. Here's another lie, that on your day off, you shouldn't work. That's a lie. What if what you do is what you love? Is that work? I don't think so. Yesterday, I started at 7 a.m. and I finished up at 7:30 p.m. My wife says, you're doing a lot of work. I said, this isn't work. It's what I love. I get to talk to you every day. I do meditations with a group every day that you can be a part of too. Yesterday was about my rebranding based on my new book and putting together individual workshops on various aspects of what I teach. Yesterday, I built my workshop on meditation, and I'm 3/4 of the way through building my workshop on forgiveness. Yeah, and Nachama, the lie is that if I make mistakes, I'm not good enough. How else do you learn if you don't make mistakes? Mistakes are a tool to learn. I've made gazillions of mistakes. The key is, don't make the same mistake twice. And when you make a mistake, don't beat yourself up. Say, what can I learn from this? That's a really good question. In everything in life, what can I learn from this? Corey's up there saying, Rev, glad you're working on your audiobook. I am. I spent a lot of time on it yesterday, like 4 hours. And let me tell you, it's not my most fun thing. But as I teach in my values workshop, if you can link what you don't like to what you do like and you see how it serves it, you'll do it. You'll do it. Yeah, doing an audiobook, man, having to read what you wrote out loud and then reread it. Oh my God, tedious. But guess what? Did find some mistakes in the book. I'll correct them. I learned something from it. What is it? Before you publish a book, read it out loud. Whoa. And don't read it out loud all at once. Give yourself time, because we become numb if we do things too much. Dan says, getting outside your self-imposed box and being authentic, such as in the workplace, seems to require an enormous amount of courage. How do you cultivate courage? Well, the first way you cultivate courage is you got to be authentic with yourself. How can you have courage in the outside world if you're not courageous enough to be authentic with yourself? What are you lying to yourself about? What are you not doing when you're with yourself? That's a really great way to start, Dan. And do it with an inner knowing that when I ask these questions, my inner being, my inner beingness, will give me the answer I'm seeking. I just have to sit back and listen. This is the key thing that I ask people all the time. Have you really listened to what your heart, what your inner beingness is saying? Because it's talking to you all the time. But maybe you've got it buried so friggin' deep in the depths of that subconscious, which is millions of layers deep, that you're just not hearing it. And you've got all this monkey chatter going on, and you can't get to it. That's why meditation for me is the best single spiritual practice, because you quiet the mind, you quiet the monkey chatter. What I've been doing lately is I guide people in meditation. I ask them to bring in their wisdom counsel. Anyone they want that they feel is wise. It could be anyone. And sit in silence with the wisdom counsel and ask the question. Whatever question it is, whatever you want to know. What can I do today to come out of my box and be authentic with myself? And sit and listen. And listen. And listen. You'll get the answer. Here's the thing. Most of us don't listen. Someone gave me a suggestion the other day, and it's a good one. I've got it on my to-do list. They said, build a workshop on how to change your habits. Because almost everything we do is a habit. And people have a really, 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 really difficult time changing their habits. The simplest answer I can give you is this. You got a habit you don't like? Build a new habit that you do like and put all your energy into that. It's always good, McBride, to find guides. Because guides aren't better than you, but guides can give you wisdom because they've been on the path, and maybe something they've done on the path can light up your path. But one of the key things I want to say is nobody knows what's right for you but you. Nobody knows the exact path for you but you. That's the work. That's you finding out what lights you up, as I like to say, what juices you. If you ain't got juice, you got to sit down and ask some serious questions. That's one of the reasons I'm doing the values workshop tomorrow. If you don't know your top 3 to 5 values, you don't know what juices you. And 99.9% of the people don't know it because they've not gone through the process. I thought I knew it. I thought I knew my values, my top values. And they're not honesty and integrity. Those are not values. Those are qualities. What means most to you? Really, what means most to you? Because most of what you think means to you a lot, you're lying. Because if it's not demonstrating in your life, it's not real. That's why this workshop is such a great thing, because it doesn't let you lie. It tells you where you are. Once you discover where you are, now you've got a point to begin from. But if you don't know where you are, how can you begin something new? How can you see? How do I adjust? How do I change? So if you're interested in the workshop, the link's there, or go to agapespiritualcenter.com and you can sign up. Love to have you in the workshop. What time is the workshop tomorrow? I think it's at 10:30. But if you go to agapespiritualcenter.com, click on the calendar, it'll be there. What else you guys want to talk about? This is your time. I'm just giving you what I've got. What's going on with me? I love Johanna. She goes, I want juice and money from that juice. Ha ha! Love it. Love it. Corey, dating. Here's the key thing. When you start, first off, have you been divorced a year? If you've not been divorced a year, Corey, you shouldn't be dating. Let me just be candid about that. Because if you haven't been divorced a year, you have not done enough work to change your vibration to attract someone that you want. And so what I would suggest you do is you go and you get the book, The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz, and you spend the next year mastering that book, because that book is all about self-love. And the more you learn how to self-love, the more you'll be able to love someone else and be in a meaningful relationship. And I say a year because I really truly believe you've got to go through all 4 seasons. You got to learn to like yourself. You got to learn to be alone with yourself. Doesn't mean you can't hang with people, but don't you go out there looking for a partner, because guess what? Chances are you're going to attract the same type of person you just left. That's the best I've got. I've seen that over and over again. I'll tell people, hey, no, they said, while I was breaking up, I made those changes, Rev. And then 6 months later, damn, Rev, I should have listened. It turned out to be just as bad. I was fooling myself again. And why do they fool themselves? Because they have a fear of being alone. And what they should be doing is taking time to get comfortable and enjoy being alone. Because you can't be comfortable being alone. It means you're going to get into a codependent relationship. Does anyone really want to be in a codependent relationship? No. The key thing is, this is what I'm going to say. You may not like it. Don't really care. You should never, ever, ever have to say, I need that person in my life. But what you can say, I enjoy having that person in my life, and I don't need them to be happy, but I enjoy being on the journey with them. I don't know what you're saying hell no to, McBride. What's going on with you? You're popping little notes out there. I don't know what you're doing. I can't answer to that. To codependency. Well, thank you for the clarification. Codependency sucks. My mother used to tell me when I was a little boy, Lee, you're too independent. And I got away from that and I became dependent. And now I'm really independent. And yet I'm in a very healthy relationship according to what I believe and what my wife believes. I mean, we're in our 50th year of marriage. 50th year of marriage? Yeah. And we like each other. We enjoy each other. And we give each other freedom. Freedom to be authentic. That's key. So, if you want to be in my values workshop, click on the link in the description or go to agapespiritualcenter.com. Go to the events page. And thank you for joining me. You make my day by giving me the opportunity to talk and to share. And I love when you give me feedback, because here's what I know. I don't know if I'm right. I'm just telling you where I am in this moment. And I also say to you, don't believe a word I say. Test it, prove it for yourself. And if it works for you, then you own it. Until tomorrow or whenever, know that I love you and accept you just like you are. Until then, aloha.